Let's see. What it do, everybody? It's your boy LOG from Where There's Smoke. Here doing a live stream, something slight. Let me turn that down just a tad. I want to come in with some little intro music. Oh, I can't go lower than that. I guess that's fine. All right, I'll preview I'll let y'all see a little bit of the video here in a minute. What it do, everybody? It's your boy LOG from Where There's Smoke. I want to start to get some maybe intro music on the live streams without getting copyright, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll get something in the works for that, and hit some people up behind the scenes and get some people to clear some songs for us. That'd be dope for the intro on the live stream. Anyhow, I wanted to go live today. There's always stuff to talk about, but today I wanted to talk about China. I don't even know what to say because I'm behind on it, but I don't know if they created or discovered, but China has a new type of this is how behind I am. I don't even know how to describe what I'm trying to say. China has found a new way to make AI that is cheaper, and they can get around stuff that they needed to get from the US before. They found something else and a cheaper way to do it. So that's got our stock market going down. As you can tell, I'm super ignorant to the subject, so we're going to research and catch up on it today together. Anyone that tunes in or watches this after the fact, we're going to learn a little bit about AI and how China's making it cheaper, and that's killing us in the stock market. So that's the topic for today. Going to be a bit of a learning research stream. And then also I want to talk about, I think the team that everyone loves to hate right now, the Kansas City Chiefs. It's one of those things, like a team wins so much, like the Warriors is the one I can think of as of late, and the Chiefs are basically the football equivalent. They've been winning so much, people are kind of tired of seeing them. And I think what really adds to it with the Chiefs is they have Taylor Swift there all the time. And it's like, we're tired of Patrick Mahomes, we're tired of Taylor Swift, or at least I am, and I think a lot of people are as well. I know people are tired of the Chiefs in general, so we're going to go over that, just rant about that, get it all out. And then there's a few plays. I know for sure at least one play that I want to go over where people always, anytime Mahomes wins and the Chiefs win, people are like analyzing the refs and making sure they're not like helping him or giving him favoritism. So everyone likes to say he's the ref's favorite and that sort of thing. So there's a couple plays we're going to look at that kind of lean in that direction. And we'll just kind of go over it, talk our shit. I was watching the game about halfway. I was not a little get together. I was just hanging out with my mom, my grandpa, some get together. But me and my mom were talking about some other stuff like politics and AI and stuff like that. So we missed about half the game. We'd watch it, talk. So I didn't see every play, didn't watch every down, but we're gonna go over some plays and that I saw and that some that I've seen video of online and stuff, and then anyone that's in the chat or in the comments later, I guess it will be too late, but still go ahead and comment in there. Maybe I'll cover it a later time, but definitely if you're in the chat right now, get in the comments and let me know if there was a certain play that you want me to try to find or that you noticed that really was like a weird call or something didn't seem right, or they even cheated to like favor Mahomes and the Chiefs. So y'all give me about 30 seconds or so. As always, I'm going to check all the video and audio on the live streams. We're live on Kick. We're live on Rumble. We're live on YouTube. So I appreciate you for tuning in tonight. And I'm going to do that check real quick, and then we'll get into the stock market talk a little bit.
It's that Centex boys, and we're out here, and we got something to say. Man, what the fuck is going on with the world nowadays? People going crazy over little things. Another day. Another day I gotta go ahead and do something I wanna do. Ain't no one wanna do it for me. This world can be so lonely. To the top, looking back at all the lives that were lost on the way. Another day, just to pray, forget the pain. What the fuck is up with the world nowadays? People going crazy over little things. Is it even Sunday? Jesus saves. Thank God I'm blessed to see another day. Gotta go ahead and do something I wanna do. Ain't no one wanna do it for me. This world can be so lonely. To the top, looking back at all the lives that were lost on the way. Another day, just to pray, forget the pain. What the fuck is up with the world nowadays? People going crazy over little things. Is it even Sunday? Jesus saves. Thank God I'm blessed to see another day. Never know when you're gonna lose your life someday. There's a price to be paid. Way worth than gold. Evilness wanna take your soul.
Thank
Wake
you,
up
Mr. Know-It-All.
Tell him Kendrick did it. Like,
My bad. Quiet, Kendrick. I ain't calling you right now. Might have to hit that effect later though on him. Okay. So let's get into some of this stock market stuff.
Them niggas mad, they ain't got no bread. They pushing the CD through the streets that does not go fed. You ain't gangster, you ain't pop no lead. I got
That's
that
the old
thing
school
that
NFL,
fucking
G Dollar,
brains jumping out
Gator,
your head.
Mikey Styles.
Off the corner like the top of the paint. Soft top
Let's see.
expedition, golden black like a saint. Bleed the
Give me a
plastic
second.
and getting the money you can't. Smoking on the hydro, filling my tummy with drink. And don't think for a second, I won't blast a Smith and Wesson. These bullets hot, they'll burn you up like indigestion.
All right, y'all go check out NFL, aka Winter, or NFL is part of Winter Circle, but that's the new movement. Y'all go check them boys out. Might have to play a little bit of that more later. Looking ass. Okay. So Nvidia, who is, I know technology, but let's see what they do. Okay. Nvidia stock is plummeting. Especially today. Holy. Or on the 24th. What? Why is this give me one day. Okay, over the 5-day. So basically over the weekend, because I think the market closed on the weekend. So it basically plummeted through the weekend. What is this? What do they do? They're down terribly as well. I'm looking at all this stuff. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Oh, that's a cinema chain? What? That doesn't make sense. It says right here, cinema chain. Why are they down so much? It's weird. AMC's way down too. I don't know why the movie things are down. Nvidia though, terrible. Past 2 days, it's minus 27%, or minus 27.30, 18%. That's crazy. Projection? Well, that's that doesn't tell you anything. And I do not know how to use this. I wish I did. Oh, I have a 20 and 50 week moving average, but I don't know what that means. They it's way down. Let's see. Huh. Yeah, look at that 5-day. Ooh, it just drops. Yeah, look at that's crazy. Again, I don't know what any of these numbers mean. I'm a dumbass when it comes to this, but I just know the stocks are plummeting right now. And again, Nvidia, let's see. I almost want to pull up someone who knows what the hell they're talking about. um, obviously it's Nvidia. What does Nvidia do exactly? Software company which designs and supplies graphic processing units. So basically computer chips. That's crazy. And I believe, let's see if we can get somebody that knows what the hell they're talking about. What is this thing from China even called? Deepseek. Let's get a talking head on here. Do his
Let's talk
job.
about Deepseek because it is mind-blowing and it is shaking this entire industry to
Now this is what he's gonna tell us, but this is the Chinese alternative. That is the reason Nvidia and some of our other big tech stocks. I want to see real quick what else is down. Can I just what is Tesla's down 2.3%. Microsoft is down 2.14. What is Avgo is down 17%. Broadcom Incorporated. What do? They took a plummet too. Everybody just that I'm talking about right now dipped when the market opened today. So okay, they're basically Broadcom is a global technology leader that designs, develops, and supplies a broad can't even talk develops and supplies a broad range of semiconductor enterprise software and security solutions. To some a dumbass like me, that doesn't mean anything. So computer stuff. I'm so dumb. Uh, software and security solutions, basically. Okay. The S&P 500 is still doing. It dropped off. Microsoft, same thing. Everybody just took a fat plummet Monday. Intel Corporation, boom. They all look okay. That doesn't look the same, but it took a steady plummet too. Everything went down. So anyway, I'm going to making sure y'all can see it. My fucking face might be in the way. Uh, anyway, I'm just on MSN. My computer pulls this up for me, so I don't know if this might be harder for other people to find, but I don't think so. I guess I could leave the link in the description of the video on YouTube. That way, if y'all want to go check it out, that's what I'll do. I have left the link in the video description of the live. So y'all go check this out for yourselves if you want to. But yeah, everything just really let me just zoom down. There you go. Everything just took a fat dump Monday. Advanced Micro Devices Incorporated, AMD, Neo Inc. Oh, they're doing well. But not today. But before that they were. Nvidia, what is this, BlackBerry? They're not doing so hot. AT&T, they're doing fine. That's weird. They went up. AT&T went up. Wow. That's interesting. What do y'all think about that? Can y'all see that? I'll scroll up. AT&T is one of the only stocks in the whole friggin' thing that went up. Gold not hurting. Oh, yeah, never mind. It was. If you go up just today, it's up, but it was going down too. That's crazy. U.S. oil also went down. It does look like some stuff is starting to recover, though. Like oil starting to recover. S&P 500, fat dump. Where's the Dow Jones? Okay, it's back up. Oh, it had, okay, it didn't go down. It did a little earlier though. But it's a okay, it's actually doing good. Huh. That's interesting. Broadcom terribly took a fat dump on Monday. Y'all can yeah, my freaking head's in the way on this one. Anyway, I think for the most part, y'all see it. So, what do y'all think about all these technology stocks going down, and the S&P 500 going down, but the Dow Jones overall is up, which is a good comforting sign. So, I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I left a link in the YouTube. Here, hold up. Let me I'll put it in the chats of Rumble and Kick, just in case anyone cares to go check it out. Y'all go check it out. Yeah, and y'all get in the chat and let me know what y'all think. And let's watch this news. Let's watch this. This is messed up. Can't even get it out. Let's watch this news thing and let this guy tell us a little bit more about it.
Its core, the emergence of Deepseek now putting pressure on the U.S. tech names. We told you all about it last week in Davos. The buzz started growing about Deepseek's latest AI model being more efficient while running on a lot less advanced NVIDIA chips. Released last week, it's already being called what is a major breakthrough as the app shows its work, its reasoning. It answers users' prompts. I, by the way, was spent basically all weekend playing with it. It is the #1 app, I believe, on Apple right now. The product overtaking ChatGPT today as that on the App Store that way. Deepseek, which was created by a Chinese hedge fund manager.
If they had a problem with TikTok, boom! How about Deepseek, bitch? We got any problem with China owning that motherfucker?
Also capturing the attention of leaders, as we mentioned at the World Economic Forum last week in Davos.
We should take the development out of China very, very seriously.
What we found is that Deepseek, which is the leading Chinese AI lab, their model is actually the top performing or roughly on par with the best American models.
If the United States can't lead in this technology, we're going to be in a very bad place geopolitically.
Now, you can take a look right now at the AI-related
Here we go.
stocks.
This is
So
what I was
NVIDIA
just showing y'all. Here's the numbers a little more concise and well put together. Microsoft, when is this from? Just today? Let's let them say. But Microsoft is down negative 6.88. Meta, negative 5.79. Advanced Micro, negative 6.18. NVIDIA, minus 12%.
ARM, AMD, Microsoft, Meta, interestingly, on that list, given it's open source. We got to talk about the open source, closed source bit of this as well. And then
That's a shocker.
Here we go. Some more. I don't know what these companies are.
To see NVIDIA down by more than 12% right now.
Absolutely. And then you have global chip stocks also in the red across the board, ASML Holdings and others. There is the question, I will say, Alexander Wang made the point last week, and it's become sort of the question mark about all of this, which is, you know, he suggested on our air that it is possible that they were using some of the highest performing NVIDIA chips, perhaps as many as 50,000 of them, to build this model. Now, and they weren't supposed to have those chips.
Right.
If
So
that's
if that's the
that's
case,
true,
not the size.
The dynamic is different. Yeah. If it's not true, then maybe all bets are off. It's possible, by the way, even if it is true, meaning even if they use those chips to create this, or at least partially to create this, it is still a significantly more efficient and better model. I think everybody agrees that right this moment, I mean, I don't know if did you get to play? It is mind-blowing.
It looks really great. I mean, it feels like it's open source, so people can test this out themselves.
But I can tell you all the tests that I do just to see whether I think the writing is better, whether I think that it can answer certain questions. Yeah. I mean, it was not only faster, it was more human. The reasoning is shocking. I mean, there were moments where I was like, "Oh my God, we are so much." You could feel the step change as a
Visa's not taking a loss. I'm blocking off certain parts of the numbers. I wonder if I should. I'll just pull my face. Well, I'll do that so y'all can see it real quick.
person, I will also say, as exciting as it was, there was an element where I became scared because I thought, oh, you know, I had the opportunity to talk to all these people last week, and they all said the future's here, and da-da-da-da. And then you sort of see it, and you go, oh, okay, I feel you in a different sort of visceral way. So yes, I think this is all happening at a level that when you mark your sort of AI history timeline in life, I think this past week, today, and everything else will be on it.
I think Mark Andreessen put it really succinctly and really smartly when he said that this feels like the Sputnik moment for the AI race, where China is really stepping in. So not just what it can do, but what it means for American dominance in AI, what it means for the Chinese being able to step in, and to have the Chinese actually open sourcing it, meaning that that is going to be what goes around the world, and to have the cost factors that go into this. Huge step up and change, and puts us a little bit on our back foot in trying to figure out what this means. Well, I actually wonder, Satya Nadella, would he tell you again today that he's still good for the $80 billion?
I think they
What the hell does that mean?
still are good for the $80 billion. I think actually I think the processing power issue is...
They're talking about stuff. I need someone to break this down ABC like a kindergartner for me. Let's see.
Technology share.
M16 handle machines, man, this bars mean that really feel good. And my fucking nose stopped up. It took me a week with XOs and soda block up. Yo, bitch on my dick, Jaddy kiss. D blocked up, and I got it for your nose. If you play with that white stuff, give me this, give me that.
Shares on Wall Street have fallen sharply in response to the emergence of a low-cost chatbot built by a Chinese artificial intelligence firm. The chatbot, launched by the Chinese firm Deepseek, which itself has said that within the last hour or so it's been hit by a large-scale malicious cyber attack, has become the most downloaded free app in the United States since it was launched earlier this month. Let's speak to our North America business correspondent, Michelle.
Did she say it just got hit with a cyber attack? Go back.
On Wall Street have fallen sharply in response to the emergence of a low-cost chatbot built by a Chinese artificial intelligence firm. The chatbot, launched by the Chinese firm Deepseek, which itself has said that within the last hour or so it's been hit by a large-scale malicious cyber attack, has become the most downloaded free app.
I wonder who hit them with a cyber attack. Could it be the one that's losing all their money right now? Surely America would never do that.
In the United States since it was launched earlier this month. Let's speak to our North America business correspondent, Michelle Fleury. So the new kid on the block has stolen a march on its rivals, Michelle.
Look, I mean, I think this is a company that has sent shockwaves through Silicon Valley and through Wall Street right now. What has happened is that essentially a made-in-China AI model developed by this company, Deepseek, has shown that it can create something that is similar in terms of proficiency as its rivals, American rivals like OpenAI's ChatGPT, but it was done using inferior chips, so chips with less power, and it uses less data. And it is those facts that really have created this kind of shockwave through financial markets, in part because companies like NVIDIA, which makes AI chips.
Boy, YouTube needs to get on its AI. It just shockwave. It's spelled it shock WVE. It's like, okay, you're misspelling words here on the auto closed caption. Come on, get it together.
They have seen their share prices over the last year or so rise and rise, pushing it into $1 trillion company on the basis of the fact that because we expect AI to grow so much, there's going to be this huge demand for chips. Now you've got Wall Street reconsidering that, and you've got Silicon Valley also nervous that perhaps America won't be the dominant player in AI in the sort of race to kind of dominate this technology.
But now DeepSeek saying that they are under attack.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
This is all news to me. This chat thing hits the obviously it's been growing and growing. I don't know how many users there are in the States. Obviously it's been big for a little while that, and I've been unaware, but now that I'm learning of it and it's really blowing up and affecting our stocks, now all of a sudden there's a cyber attack on it. That's wild. I wonder what she's going to say about that.
Twists and turn of a company that many people had never heard of up until the last 24 hours. Suddenly, we're learning that the company, if you look at their website, they're basically saying they're not accepting any more registrations from new users because they are suffering from a cyber attack. We don't have any more details about that at the moment, but obviously it comes at a time when the spotlight has been on it because of the sort of ramifications I was just telling you about in terms of Wall Street and across Silicon Valley. Add to all of this, of course, we've got a new Trump administration.
Well, if you're behind like me, you may have heard it here first. Deepseek just got hit with a cyber attack, according to them. What do y'all think? Cyber attack? Or are they just overwhelmed with users signing up because everyone's finding out about it over the past 24, 48 hours? Or do you think it is a cyber attack? And if you do, who do you think's behind it? Let me know. I'm going to check out the chat real quick before I play this next video. Okay. There you go. Oh, shit. Dumbass. There you go.
Chinese-made Deepseek has gained global attention with its recent release of an AI chatbot, which is being seen as similar to the already famous ChatGPT. Established players like Google, Meta, and Microsoft are facing a challenge as Deepseek has been developed with a remarkable efficiency and is offered as open source. Founded in May 2023 by Liang Wenfeng, Deepseek is an AI company funded solely by Highflyer, which is Wenfeng's quantitative hedge fund. With a team of talented graduates from top Chinese universities, Deepseek emphasizes innovation and technical expertise. Deepseek R1 is a new large language model, or LLM, designed for advanced reasoning and problem-solving tasks. The model is being hailed as a competitor to OpenAI's ChatGPT models. It should be noted that Deepseek claims R1 matches and in some cases even surpasses ChatGPT in areas like mathematics and coding. The key highlight is that Deepseek V3 was developed at a fraction of the
developed. I can't pronounce developed.
Cost needed to create frontier models like OpenAI, Meta, and others. Deepseek, which is a Chinese AI startup, has emerged as the #1 free app on the iOS App Store. It has also positioned itself as a free alternative to ChatGPT amidst talks.
This video is 19 hours old.
Of the latter's intention to become a for-profit company. Deepseek said that the model was built in just...
I don't know if we can trust this guy. He's mispronouncing developed. 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 It's probably AI that did this shit. It's like, damn, I thought it was getting better. What the hell's going on? All right, I'm over it. What do y'all think? What does this guy got to say? No, never mind. I don't want someone with a bow tie on there. All good. There he is again with the bow tie. It's like, no.
I think the stock market is looking at Deepseek and they're saying, oh my gosh, here is a company who has found a way to make pretty high quality AI much more widely available for much cheaper. So therefore, the price performance of a company like OpenAI, how are they going to justify that cost when suddenly it's so cheap to make? And the Jevons paradox has a really important answer to everybody who's out there shorting NVIDIA or shorting Microsoft right now. It basically says that as something becomes cheaper, people want more of it. So Jevons, the observation actually dates back to the Industrial Revolution, where he pointed out that steam engines are getting more and more energy efficient, but we keep using
Bro, why is closed caption not doing what the fuck I want it to do?
more and more coal. Because as we get more energy efficient, then you can economically justify
I hated that.
using coal in an application that you couldn't before. The exact same thing is true in computing. The cost of one flop, one operation of computing has dropped by, I don't know, 20 trillion fold since, the 1950s when we first invented computers. But are we using more computers or are we using less computers? Our company is making more money selling computers or less money selling computers. The basic point here is that Microsoft is, thank goodness AI is so cheap, because now the universe of people who are going to want to buy it from me just grew a lot.
Fascinating. What does this mean for the energy companies, by the way? It's not just the NVIDIAs that are down. It's the Constellations and the others that we've been talking so much about. Clean, renewable. Is it going to be nuclear? Will we still need expensive energy if Jevons correct?
Well, it's the exact same phenomenon.
Decline in price as well?
No, it's the exact same phenomenon, just applied to the energy. If you go back 10 years, how much was data centers as a share of the U.S. electrical grid demand? It was hardly anything. But at the exact same time that computer chips got more powerful, that algorithms got more efficient, suddenly data centers are actually a pretty reasonable chunk of the U.S. grid. And now it's looking like they're going to consume a lot more. Well, increasing efficiency has already been a part of that story. An NVIDIA chip today is literally 10,000 times more efficient than an NVIDIA chip a decade or two ago. And at the same time that they're getting more efficient, at the same time that you're using less energy per unit of computation, you're making the economic and the business case that much more attractive for every additional use case for that competition.
I have to admit, this all sounds pretty positive in the grand scheme. So let's get to this case specifically and why Wall Street is so freaked out. Deepseek, we're told this happened with $6 million in funding. Is that possible? Is that true?
So it's which part of the story you want to say.
Okay.
This specific model training run, right? When you're training an AI model, how much computation did you use on that one run? Yes, that was $6 million worth of computation. But there's all the other model training runs that didn't work. Right? When Deepseek says that's what it costs, that they didn't say their entire computing costs for all of their research and development, for all the work that went into creating this model was $6 million. They said this one individual training run was $6 million. Another thing to note here is, part of the reason why everybody's so excited is this is a model that has reasoning capabilities. This is the advance that OpenAI came out with in the O1 series of models in September of last year. Well, it turns out what Deepseek has proved is that upgrading a pretty decent base model, think like GPT-4, to a reasoning model, that is actually not as computationally intensive as had been understood widely in the press. But inside the big AI companies, OpenAI, Anthropic, they already knew all of this. They were already benefiting from all of this. Recall that Sam Altman said that O3, the most advanced category of model, the one that was blowing away benchmarks in December of 2024, he said the price of giving away that model usage, free. Right? So costs are coming down for everyone, not just for Deepseek. What Deepseek is doing is replicating a series of research that American AI companies had already been benefiting from. They just weren't sharing it loudly and publicly.
Okay.
My understanding was that they got some kind of a new way to make the chip cheaper, but maybe that's not true.
This company get its hands on NVIDIA chips? Or did it reinvent the wheel with some kind of popcorn chip that it's...
Okay, I like this guy. He's asking all the questions I need. Go, Costanza, go!
Act in a way that we've never seen before.
So according to this company, according to Deepseek, they used NVIDIA chips.
All right.
But they specifically used NVIDIA H800 chips. So folks who watch the export controls debate in Washington, export control policy in Washington closely, such as myself, you may remember that in October 2022, that's when the Biden administration launched this AI chip restrictions export controls strategy. But they got the performance thresholds wrong. They thought that they were saying, oh, you have to buy 2 generations old of NVIDIA chips. But what NVIDIA found out is actually if we make this one tweak to our existing best-in-class chips, they're actually legal to sell. So there was whereas the Biden administration was under the impression that they were putting China under like a 50 or 60% performance penalty, actually they were only imposing like a 10% performance penalty. And there was an entire year between October 2022 and October 2023, when it was illegal to sell unlimited numbers of these H800 chips.
So this is the whole story.
This is
what we need to
the
talk
story.
about.
They have been export controls have
Biden, what have you done? Oh, this could be your biggest blunder yet. Ow. I feel like I just mocked some like cartoon character's voice and I just don't even know. It's like, what the fuck, Biden? Oh, it just gets better and better. I love it.
a lagging effect, right? It's not like you stop selling it and everything that's already in China magically blows up, right? They still
Yes, it
have
does.
what they already bought. And in this case, we are dealing with the failure of the design of the export control architecture of October 2022. Later this year, we're going to start living through the success story of the October 23 architecture, the December 2024 architecture, and it came out of the mouth of Deepseek's CEO. He said, the #1 challenge my company faces is U.S. export controls, right? When Biden and Xi Jinping meet to discuss foreign policy issues, time and again, I've heard this from Biden administration officials, time and again, Xi Jinping changes the topic back to these export controls and why he needs them to go away immediately. He's not asking to get rid of them because they aren't working. He's asking to get rid of them because
no shit.
because they are working, because they are imposing significant costs. Now, I don't want to suggest that there's no legitimate technical innovation underpinning this new Deepseek model release.
Okay.
There's some legitimately impressive stuff.
Well, this guy is this is definitely the breakdown I was needing because I was lost and in the dark about what was going on. But this guy's definitely shedding some light on it.
Up in here, folks who work at American AI labs are reading these papers. They are seeing innovations they can use. But think about what advantages America can secure that are durable and hard to replicate, and what advantages China can secure that are durable and hard to replicate. All of the algorithmic innovation, all of the architectural innovation that is represented in this Deepseek model, 100% of it is available to American AI companies. They get to copy any new innovation. By contrast, all the computational advantages that American companies have, Chinese companies can't copy that because they can't make the chips.
Fascinating. So I'm listening to you, and I'm amazed by everything you're telling me, and I'm wondering why all these stocks are down today.
Well,
you're making the case to buy NVIDIA.
Well, I would say in the
no shit.
term, the stock market is based on truth.
Sure.
But in the short term, sometimes it's based on vibes.
So
and the
somebody's gonna make
vibes
a
have
lot
been
of
pretty
money
bad.
today is what's going on.
That
here.
would be my strong impression.
I mean, this isn't Blackwell we're talking about. It's not Rubin we're talking about.
Right.
Maybe now's the time to buy. All these companies that are crashing down 20%, 15% today, maybe now's the time to buy. If you have money, if you're broke like me, this is just news. I'm just a newspaper man. Yeah. It's very interesting. Yeah, if you're into stocks and you got some money stashed away, now might be the time to get into Nvidia and other stocks that really took a dip today.
We're talking about
because AI is not going anywhere. Technology is not going anywhere. Everyone knows that. Yeah.
Deepseek. And it's legitimately important, right? This is an update in what people think is possible, but it's an update that folks who have been living in the AI industry are familiar with, right? Right now, we're living in the world of GPT-4 as the base model, O1 as the sort of reasoning model updates. But I remember when GPT-2 came out, and it was trained on a supercomputer, and now it runs on my laptop. And I remember when GPT-3 came out, and it was trained on a supercomputer, and now it runs on my laptop. So the point is here, there's no real update in paradigm. Computers start in supercomputers and they end up in personal devices, and that has been the trend literally since Alan Turing invented the first computer during World War II. It gets faster, smaller, cheaper. But at the same time, you have to ask yourself, what kind of durable competitive advantages can we create? And I think it's worth pointing out that we are on the cusp of a threshold, right? Sam Altman himself early last year said,
you heard it here. He said we're on the cusp of a threshold.
That the performance of his model was, quote, mildly embarrassing at best. And he had the best one in the world. But the point is, we are maybe a year away, maybe a handful.
I think what he's saying is the first AI was just embarrassing, but it really wasn't even that bad. And that was only like 3 or 4 years ago. So as like he said, the first computer was like way back, what did he say, like the 50s or whatever, but like let's just even say the 90s, and computers advanced quickly, and then like we had smartphones and they advanced like to what they are about half as much time as it took computers. If it took computers 10 years to get to where they were, and then 10 years from, like, basically resembling a modern computer, and even in the past 10 years, they've jumped forward more, but really not as much as that first 10 or 15. And phones took probably half that much time. I would say 10 to 7 or 8 years to get to what they are now. And then what he's saying is the AI is moving even quicker. It's going to hit that top speed like 3 to 4 years. We're already like pretty much just over double as good as it was from when it started, basically.
Full of years away.
And then like the improvements after that will be smaller, incremental, before there's like a whole new potential thing.
From AI models being able to perform so many different tasks in the global economy. And in some cases, being able to do so at better than world expert levels. So we are approaching this threshold when AI will go from useful for some things, fun for some things, to shockingly useful.
It's like when the iPod came out, and then it was the iPod Touch, and then everyone had an iPhone. You know what I mean? That's what it's going to be like.
At so many things. And the companies and the countries that cross that threshold first are going to have an extraordinary first mover advantage.
Wow. Damn, that was a banger video. You gained a like from me. Looking ass. Yeah, that was a good explanation of what's going on, though. So, y'all let me know what y'all think. Are y'all gonna invest some of your money in the stock? Or y'all just gonna, some people don't have money to invest in stocks. I definitely really don't, I mean, I could, but I just don't. I don't really trust stocks, honestly. But definitely now would be the time to invest. Because looking at Nvidia overall, even if you go back to 2018, what is it, like $3 or $4 a share? Is that accurate? To where now they're, hundreds of dollars a share? If I'm reading that right, I think I am. Still says strong buy. So yeah, anyway, it's interesting. Are y'all gonna put your money in stocks, or, even if you don't care about that angle of it, what do you think about China kind of getting a leg up and kind of getting even and neck with us with AI? Does that concern you? Do you just think it's interesting and you think it's par for the course? And what do you think about the angle of, there was this huge thing about TikTok and us not wanting them because they're Chinese owned? What do you think about a bunch of American users using Chinese owned AI? That seems like way worse implications with all the questions you're asking, all the info it can gain on you and such. So I don't know. That seems a lot more scary. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Let's see. I think I'm gonna kind of move off of that. Kind of discuss that for a minute. Gave it all the knowledge I could. We watched that good video together. That guy broke it down well, and he basically was saying that during the Biden era, they didn't have as good of regulations on the chips as they thought, and so that allowed China to buy a bunch of the chips, and then they thought that did he say they were old chips? He said something about let's watch that one little part again.
Export controls have a lagging effect ago. Yeah. And at the Deepseek, they used NVIDIA chips.
All right.
But they specifically used NVIDIA H800 chips. So folks who watch the export controls debate in Washington, export control policy in Washington closely, such as myself, you may remember that in October 2022, that's when the Biden administration launched this AI chip restrictions, export controls strategy. But they got the performance thresholds wrong. They thought that they were saying, oh, you have to buy 2 generations old of NVIDIA chips. But what NVIDIA found out is actually if we make this one tweak to our existing best-in-class chips, they're actually legal to sell.
Who found that out? Oh, are they saying something about the legislation was passed? They thought they had worded it good enough to where you could only buy foreign countries could only buy really old chips, but actually the wording allowed for the new chips, if modified, to be bought. But who, like, that still doesn't totally add up to me.
So folks who watch the export controls debate in Washington, export control policy in Washington closely, such as myself, you may remember that in October 2022, that's when the Biden administration launched this AI chip restrictions export controls strategy. But they got the performance thresholds wrong. They thought that they were saying, oh, you have to buy 2 generations old of NVIDIA chips. But what NVIDIA found out is actually if we make this one tweak to our existing best-in-class chips, they're actually legal to sell.
So NVIDIA shot themselves in the foot.
Whereas the Biden administration was under the impression,
or they shot us in the foot. I guess NVIDIA doesn't give a fuck about America. That's what happened. So the Biden administration thought if we pass this certain law, NVIDIA can only sell really old shit to foreign countries, and they're gonna have to sell the rest to the companies in the United States. But NVIDIA found a loophole and was able to still sell to China. So that's what happened. Okay, that makes sense.
that they were putting China.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually link this. This is a damn good video. I'm gonna link this in the video. Hold on, in the YouTube live stream, and then I'm gonna put it in the Rumble and Kick chat. Let's see. Y'all let me know what y'all think of the stream. Are y'all learning anything? Do y'all care? And what do y'all think about what do y'all think about this whole AI thing? Y'all think it's interesting? It's definitely going to be important to our lives going forward. And yeah, my biggest thing, and I've said it probably 2 or 3 times already. I know I have, but if our government wasn't okay with TikTok, which was a Chinese-owned company over here, are they going to be okay with Deepseek being over here? So that'll be interesting to see what unfolds over the next month, probably. I know Trump's probably not going to let it go too long. He seems to be like trying to get a lot of shit done in a short amount of time. So we'll see. What is this? Speak of the devil, we might have to cover that at the end as a little extra sauce. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think. If the government's gonna be okay with that, and you know, it's just AI is almost hard to predict. It's moving so fast, and we know so little about it. At least me personally, it's hard for me to even make a prediction about or ask like a thought-provoking question of like where it's gonna go because I don't even know. But it's super interesting. I'm definitely gonna be covering it here on the channel. I might have to go back to Bloomberg on the low. I don't know which way they lean, but this guy came with some really good information. Most of it seemed pretty factual, unless I hear otherwise and discover some other things. I'll come back and I'll be on your ass, Gregory Allen. Pause. But anyway, no, it seemed like a good video. I shouted out in the chat in the description. And yeah, I'm eager to see what happens with AI this year. I think it's going to be a big year for AI. And as we covered in one of our other live streams, Trump signed that deal with those 3 different big companies that was like a $500 billion AI deal. So AI is going to be huge in this year and the coming years. So we're going to save that for the end in case we need a little extra juice. So let's see. We're done with this. Okay, next I kind of wanted to get into let's see. I wanted to get into a little bit of the Chiefs thing. I didn't have anything ready for that. Let me see. No, not that. There we go. Let me see. I think I sent a video to myself, but let me see. Yeah. Let me pull that up real quick. Let's see. Trying to find it, chat. Give me a second. Here we go. Get out of here, Trumpy Bear.
Okay, we have a wild play here in the Chiefs-Bills game. So first, this is going to be an unbelievable play by Patrick Mahomes. You see, he's getting tackled. I mean, again, this is why the guy has 3 Super Bowls already. It's a 3rd down and 5, but while getting tackled, watch him fire one. It's good enough throw, and it looked like it was intercepted live.
It definitely looked like it was intercepted live.
Actually, this is not an interception. This is a completion. So hold up, what happened? What did we miss here? Well, let's look at the replay. In fact, Sean McDermott said the same thing. Another play went, but he threw the challenge flag before that play had started. So this is the situation. You see, the Bills defender did initially possess it, but he ultimately
anything right there. Sheesh. We got it on the highest quality we got.
Loses the possession. The Xavier Worthy, the Chiefs player, ultimately kind of fights it.
Bro, that is so blurry.
Kind of I think a little bit of a weak defensive holding. So either way, if it's intercepted, it would still be a 1st down. But the question is, do they get the yards? And the question here is going to be, watch, does the ball move? Does he lose possession when the ball hits the ground? It definitely moves a little bit.
Wait, did they call a flag or something too?
You see right here, the only question I have is this did initially possess it, but he ultimately loses the possession. The Xavier Worthy, the Chiefs player, ultimately kind of fights it out. So it's definitely not an interception. You see right here, the only question I have is this a completion or is this a incompletion? It's worth mentioning this was also called a little bit of a weak defensive holding. So either way, if it's intercepted, it would still be a 1st down. But the question is, do they get
they have Mahomes back to the end
yards? And the question here is going to be,
there's a bunch of hugging and rubbing backs.
Watch, does the ball move? Does he lose?
Of course it does. Of course it does. If Dez wasn't a catch, that's not a catch. Yeah, fuck off. I don't even care about the Cowboys anymore, but I'm never letting that one go.
Possession when the ball hits the ground. It definitely moves a little bit.
I'm going to bring it up right now. I can't take it. I can't take it. I need it now.
Divisional round of the playoffs is underway between the Cowboys and the Packers. Minutes to go in the game. Bryant caught the ball. I do not know how Des Bryant accomplished that physical feat.
Wow, you talk about confidence in a guy. Tony Romo right there.
Oh my goodness.
I can't believe Jason Garrett was the coach at that time. I definitely didn't think he was the head coach at that time.
If we don't score here, you gotta go. A sensational
Look at this.
catch. My goodness. By Des Bryant over Sam Shields. Unbelievable.
Oh.
They have thrown the challenge flag.
Dude, bro. It didn't even touch the ground, did it?
Sensational catch. My goodness. By Des Bryant over Sam Shields. Unbelievable.
No, it didn't. It didn't even touch the ground.
What are they challenging?
Bro.
I think they're challenging.
That's enough to make a grown man cry.
Should be touchdown.
Hey, that's a catch.
It's a touchdown though?
No, it was ball hit before he got the line.
Well,
Thank
okay.
goodness.
Is he on the one though?
If he caught it.
I see the ball jarred loose. but it is not ever out of his control. I don't
Well, it
think
never
the ball
touches the ground,
ever
though.
touches the ground.
It doesn't.
There's no question the ball pops up, but I thought his hand was under it at the time.
I did too.
I got to see one that tells me something differently, you know?
After review, it has been determined that the receiver did not maintain
That's crazy.
possession of the football.
Oh, okay. Now back to this.
What they ultimately deem is it didn't move enough for them to lose possession. It's rolled a completion and they get the ball inside the 5 instead of where they would
Boy,
have
that'll make a grown man
had the
cry.
ball. You know, the question here is going to be, watch, does the ball move? Does he lose possession when the ball hits the ground? It definitely moves a little bit. What they ultimately
The ball moves
deem
less, but it hits the ground.
is it didn't move enough for them to lose possession. It's rolled a completion and they get the ball inside the 5 instead of where they would have had the ball, which would have been still a first down, but it would have been at the 29-yard line. I don't know. Definitely
That'll make you cry. Anyway, it's whatever. The fans are not excited. I can tell you that.
Oh, this terrible call, but pay very close attention to the referee on this play. Watch the referee next to the pylon. He calls this a catch right now. They are still fighting for the ball. How can he be so sure the Chiefs have this ball that quickly? That is insane. Still no one has clear possession. And then the fact that this was upheld on replay when you can clearly see the ball hits the ground. This should have been an incomplete catch. Incomplete, no questions asked. Guys, I am far from a conspiracy theorist, but
it was real weird.
We've got to figure out who this referee is. I don't know who this ref is, but this is so
No one's feeling it. What do y'all think? Are y'all tired of the Chiefs? Let's see what this guy has to say.
Play in the playoffs, it is just electric from start to finish. And you may have seen the title, Please Don't Rage. I'm definitely going to give the Chiefs credit where it's due. Patrick Mahomes is like LeBronto to the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. But to state the obvious, once again, the refs were just insanely favoring the Chiefs. It wasn't nearly as bad as the Houston game, but the thing that's astounding to me is how every single time there is a 50-50 call, it's going Kansas City's way. And I mean literally every time. At the end of the day, like, I'll admit the Chiefs won today. Andy Reid is just a mastermind, and you have to give credit where credit is due, because I think any fan of any other team is just so frustrated by this. I mean, the 50-50 ball that kind of hit the ground that was called a catch, the Josh Allen short on 4th and 1 spot, and then there were multiple times that I'm sure nobody noticed where Josh Allen got hit on his throws the same exact way as Mahomes got hit last week, where he was drawing flags and they were of course no calls. And then Travis Kelce flopped and drew an unnecessary roughness flag. That one was super annoying. Again, I know this game was not nearly as bad. The Bills did have some calls go their way actually, but Josh Allen has to be beside himself, and I'm sure it's agonizing. I mean, once again, he gave his team a chance. Dalton Kincaid had a chance to catch that ball.
Oh, yes. That was the final play. He definitely had a chance to catch that.
It. But the Chiefs defense stepped up and made plays, and Andy Reid, when it mattered most, got creative and burned the Bills defense.
It was a really close, good game. I will say that.
Throughout this playoff run, the refs really have helped Kansas City out so many different times. And it's not only what they have done for the Chiefs, it's what they haven't done for their opponents. Like I said, all I want is for it to be 50-50, and it hasn't been. Every time there is a debatable call, it's going the Chiefs' way. Like that flag that the TV showed on that prayer throw to Kincaid on 4th down, I bet the refs would have threw the flag if he caught the ball, and they would have found some way to penalize the Bills. I guarantee it. And
yeah, we already saw that in the other video. They were going to call a holding if the guy intercepted it on that big controversial throw.
No way in the comments below you can even debate me on that. And I know this video is going to get a ton of comments with Chiefs fans attacking me personally, but literally the entire world sees it. Andy Reid is a mastermind, but the Chiefs are just so hateable. I can't.
Yeah, everyone hates
stand them. I can't stand Taylor Swift, and the Chiefs
Nobody
are the only
can.
team Josh Allen does not get that first down against. The Chiefs are the only team that gets that spot, and I really do think it has ties to Super Bowl revenue with Taylor Swift. And all week long,
Oh, a million %. Oh, man. People are so tired of it and starting to see through it, though.
people have been cracking jokes about some of these calls. That's really all I have to say for this video. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about this game. Credit to the Chiefs, credit to Patrick Mahomes. They will be heading back to the Super Bowl again.
Credit to nothing. They're a bunch of cheaters, probably. The whole thing is just a big show to make money, though. The NFL, pretty sure rigged at this point. So, Going off of that though, I don't know if you saw this. Speaking of people being so tired of the Chiefs, a big reason to that is because of these two. This guy. This guy's a fun guy.
I'll tell you what, man, there's nothing better than playing in front of Arrowhead for an AFC championship, man. They had that thing rocking, and more than ever. And we needed them more than ever, man. That Buffalo team was as good as we've ever played. And a lot of great competitors over there. I got a lot of respect for those guys, man. They made it hard.
Came right down to the wire, and you guys, the crowd was electric. How does this compare to the other championship game wins you've had here, considering Buffalo was so good and it was such a close game?
Yeah, man. I'm very thankful that I'm here in Kansas City, playing with the guys and then everybody in this building, man. It's a special.
Blah blah blah. I thought he was gonna say something good.
Special place, and we defense, man. And the only thing that matters to me is everything in this building and the guy.
Oh,
you
brother.
play in front of Arrowhead Stadium like this every single AFC championship? You kidding me? Kansas City!
Gross.
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are heading back to the Super Bowl. After the Kansas City Chiefs defeated the Buffalo Bills in the AFC Championship game on Sunday, advancing the team once again to the Super Bowl.
Oh, you know what I came for.
Tracy, we had a chance to talk one game away.
Hey, before you guys get out of here, you kidding me?
How that feels right now.
You kidding me?
Satisfied, baby. When you play in front of Arrowhead Stadium like this every single AFC championship, you kidding me? Kansas City! Hey, before you guys get out of here, just do a little dance, make a little love. Yeah, get down tonight.
Oh no. I hated that so much. Look at this guy behind him to the right. Oh man, that was so crooked.
This wasn't the first time the cruel summer singer joined the NFL star on the field. Last year, the Chiefs beat the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC Championship, and 2 weeks after, defeated the San Francisco 49ers in the Super Bowl. After both wins, the global superstar and Travis's family celebrated alongside him.
Gross. I'm over it. Everyone's over it. Oh, it sells, but it's getting old, I think, for people. All right. I had another topic I wanted to cover. Kind of going along with that, and I think why we're so tired of it. I think if it was just like when it was Brady and Gronk, it was old, it was annoying, but I don't think it was quite as annoying as if Gronk had like basically Taylor Swift as a girlfriend, because that's what it's like. We got Mahomes, we got his sidekick, and then we got the famous girlfriend. It's like, all right, this is just a little too much. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just over it. I want to go ahead and talk about this other thing, but I don't know. It's a little on the red pill side, and I don't know if I really want to get into it tonight. I think I'm just going to skip to the Trump thing, and maybe I'll save that other stuff for another night. I feel like it's been a good stream. How long have we been going? An hour? It might be a short one, but let's see what Trump has to say, and then we'll maybe end it off.
Strong defense. And in a little while, I'll be signing 4 new executive orders. First is that I'm directing our new Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, who's going to be great, by the way. Thank you for the support. Thank you very much for the support. You really did support him greatly. I think he's going to be fantastic. I know him very well. I think he's going to be fantastic. He's what we need. To immediately begin the construction of a state-of-the-art Iron Dome missile defense shield, which will be able to protect Americans. You know, we protect other countries, but we don't protect ourselves. And when Ronald Reagan wanted to do it many years ago, luckily we didn't. We didn't have the technology then. It was a concept.
Luckily we didn't.
Now we have phenomenal technology. You see that with Israel. We're out of 319 rockets. They knocked down just about every one of them. So I think the United States is entitled to that. And everything will be made right here in the USA, 100%. And next, to ensure that we have the most lethal fighting force in the world, we will get transgender ideology the hell out of our military. It's going to be gone. In addition, we will stop our service members from being indoctrinated with radical left ideologies such as critical race theory. We're going to stop it. It's already been stopped. It's already been halted, totally halted. And finally, we will offer full reinstatement to any service member who was expelled from the armed forces due to the COVID vaccine mandate. And we will restore them to their former rank with full pay. And I think we're going to have a lot of people that join. And one thing I'll say, if you looked at our recruitment over the last week or so, 2 weeks, it's through the roof. You know, we were having a lot of people weren't signing. We were having a hard time recruiting people because they were looking at these people that they were supposed to be their leaders, and they weren't happy. They didn't like people that fall going upstairs. If you're going to fall, at least go downstairs from the plane. That triple fall. I used that thing in more ads. I didn't have an ad where I didn't put that in. Just a little quick 1, 2, 3. Reminded me of Joe Frazier when he went down. Right? George Foreman. Joe.
Just a 1, 2, 3. No. Oh man, love him or hate him or don't care like me, he is just comedy. Just a quick 1, 2, 3. It's like, oh my god, where does he come up with this shit?
Joe Frazier. 3 falls in a matter of seconds. I said, can you speed it up a little bit? People are getting tired of it. But no, we have now the best recruitment we've seen in a long time. There's a tremendous number of people.
It's a gift. It truly is a gift.
Wanting to sign up. January 20th, 2025.
Yeah, think of it.
Turning
He's
point.
like a comedian that I'm just waiting for the punchline to land, and he's my favorite comedian type of thing. He's got half the world hypnotized. I'm hypnotized. I don't really like him. I think he's a crook just like all the rest of the politicians. But the character of Trump is just fucking hilarious.
In American history, starting last week.
It just is.
We're ending years of incompetence, radicalism, and betrayal.
Radicalism.
And we're ushering in the most exhilarating era of reform and renewal in the 200.
If you're behind on the channel or you're new to the channel and just now seeing it for Kick or Rumble maybe the first few times or whatever, and you think I'm going too soft on Trump or just a Trump lover or whatever, feel more than free, little self promo here, feel more than free to go to my YouTube channel and check out my breakdown of the Joe Rogan and Trump podcast that happened a few months ago. And I really break it down well, to, you know, in my opinion, but I really go hard on Trump, and I'm being critical and I'm not going easy on him. So there's definitely more than enough criticism to go around, especially for old Trumpy Bear. But anyway.
150-year history of our country. And just in conclusion, I just want to say that this has been a very exciting and will be a very exciting new chapter. There's nothing we cannot achieve as long as the Republican Party remains united. I hope you can remain united. And it's one thing I give the Democrats a lot of credit for because, you know, they have lousy policy. I think, frankly, half of them are totally crazy. But they do stick together. They stick together on stuff that nobody can. I mean, how can you want prisons emptied out into our country? They stick together. They stick together on everything. Impeachment hoax number 1, impeachment hoax number 2. They stick together. Although I must tell you, you gave me great support during those 2 problems, those 2 fake witch hunts, which have now turned out to be totally fake and disgusting. You gave me tremendous support. But the Republican Party has to stick together. We just can't have people going, 1, 2, 3 votes. And we don't have that luxury. It would be different if we had a 20-point, 30-point, 30-person majority, but we don't. We have to help leadership. And, you can be assured that you have certain philosophies, that if you're going to have most of the people, almost all of them, voting for something, you're going to be okay. It's not going to be bad. You have to stick together. It's the one thing that I would say we don't get very high marks. Everything is so hard. We always have 2 or 3 or 5 or something, people that just don't want to do it. And you just got to do it. You just got to do it. Make life.
No. We always have a couple people that don't want to do it. You just got to do it. He thinks Trump is endorsing Nike or something.
All of them voting for something.
No, that was really crooked. Just force people to do something they don't want to do. There you go. That's the way.
We have to help leadership. And, you can be assured that you have certain philosophies, that if you're going to have most of the people, almost all of them, voting for something, you're going to be okay. It's not going to be bad. You have to stick together. It's the one thing that I would say we don't get very high marks. Everything is so hard. We always have 2 or 3 or 5 or something people that just don't want to do it.
2 or 3 or 5 that just don't want to do it. Yeah, maybe the ones with a half a fucking brain that actually have morals and a conscience left.
And you just got to do it. You just got to
do it.
Make life easy. Just got to do it.
No. You know, why are you reinstating these people in the army that didn't want to get the COVID shot? Because they went against the status quo, because it was get the shot or get kicked out of the army, right? These people that you're honoring, supposedly, and trying to do right by reinstating the army with full back pay that didn't get the vaccine, they said no. They did the hard thing. They were in the minority. They fucking stuck to their guns and said it goes against my conscience and my morals and fucking God. No, I'm not doing it. And now you're rewarding those people, which is great, but then in the same speech, I was gonna say in the same breath, that would be a little too literal. But anyway, in the same speech, he said, you just gotta fucking do it. Make it easy, just go with it. It's like, boy. Like, that's what's wrong with this country. Everyone just goes with it. No one wants to be the one to say anything. It's like, fuck that. I'm going to say something. And I'm going to, come on, bro.
And, you can be...
And I know there's a time and place to say something. That's something that I'm trying to focus on more and more, concerning my effort, not just, just really concerning my effort, to put it concisely, and not, choosing my battles, focusing my effort, and, concentrating on the things I can control. And maybe don't try to convince someone, because it's hard to convince people of something they don't want to believe or they don't already believe, and then you can get around to the way of thinking, is it even my job to convince people of something? It's my job to alert them if it's fucked up, but if they don't want to believe me or they doubt me, is it my job to beg them to and go further than that? I take it back to one of the very first episodes of the podcast when me and Josh were talking about something. I don't remember what it was, but I said, well, if we're back in the Indian days or village days, and we live in a village or a little Indian tribe, and I go so far out of the village this way and I find a huge cliff, when I come back to the village, I'm going to tell everyone about the cliff or whatever said danger is that way. And then if you don't believe me or whatever from there, but at least I'm going to obligated to tell you, hey, there's danger over here. Watch out for it. So this whole thing of maybe it's not my job to convince people, but maybe it is my job to at least point things out and say, hey, I don't think that's right. Hey, that doesn't seem right. Hey, maybe it's not my job to full out convince them. But anyway, I'm, I did a huge weave like Trump. Getting back to the COVID thing, you're contradicting yourself. And I'm going to err on the side of, we need to salute people that want to stand up for the right thing and that want to be in the minority, that want to question and not just go with the status quo all the time. Now, if you're the one that's always going against the status quo just to be a rebel or a maverick and to cause problems and to slow up the process, and it's you every time, okay. But if every time there's a few people that don't want to do something, it's every circumstance is different. And a lot of times, especially in big politics, there is going to be a few people that don't want stuff, etc. But we need dissent, and we need good conversation, and we need pushback on everything. If we just get in a method of passing everything that comes up and I'll just do it because it makes it easy, it's dude, that's terrible. There needs to be pushback on stuff that's bad. We don't need to get in the habit, and this is obvious stuff, but I'm just fleshing out how dumb it is, some of the stuff Trump says. And some of it could just be him just winging it and mouthing off and saying something that he didn't truly mean. But if you do that enough, it's okay, is it something you really don't mean, or are you being hypocritical and inconsistent? So anyway,
assured that you have certain philosophies that if you're going to have most of the people, almost the majority has
I'm just going
problems,
to rewind it
those
and play
two
it back.
fake witch hunts, which have now turned out to be totally fake and disgusting. But you gave me tremendous support. But the Republican Party has to stick together. We just can't have people going, 1, 2, 3 votes. And we don't
Oh,
have
and he was talking about the Republican Party specifically, but still, everything I said stands.
that luxury. It would be different if we had a 20-point, 30-person majority, but we don't. We have to help leadership. And, you can be assured that you have certain philosophies, that if you're going to have most of the people, almost all of them, voting for something, you're going to be okay. It's not going to be bad. You have to stick together. It's the one thing that I would say we don't get very high marks. Everything is so hard. We always have 2 or 3 or 5 or something, people that just don't want to do it. And you just got to do it. You just got to do it. Make life easy. Just got to do it.
God damn, that's good. You just got to do it.
So right now we have a very special period because we have the House, we have the Senate, and we have the White House.
God dang. I hope y'all enjoyed that as much as I did.
And we're a team, and we're a really good team. And I appreciate so many times, and like even with Mike, I called 3 or 4 people, and they said, okay, sir, I'll do it. I'm going to vote. I'm going to vote positively. And they're very happy they did now. But when I called, we've gotten such a great response. We just had that happen with Pete Hegseth, and we have it happening with others. But we really appreciate it with the House. The House has been, it's a very difficult situation when you have that small a majority. But in a certain way, it brings you together. It actually can unify more than anybody would ever know. And a victory is sweeter, as they say, because of it. And I think we're going to have a lot of victories, but we have to stick together. We have to work together. We have to fight together. And we're going to win together. We're going to win like never before. We have a chance to win like never before. As long as we stay united, the 119th Congress will be remembered as the most successful and accomplished Republican majority in American history. I believe that. I think we have a chance of doing that. Right? And in January 2027, we will have a larger Republican House, a larger Republican Senate, and our country will be richer, safer, stronger, prouder, greater, freer, and ever before. I really think that we're going to have some big victories coming up, and I'm going to be helping every single one of you. I'm raising a lot of money, and I want to use it for the House, and I want to use it for the Senate. I've raised a lot of money. And, I told my people, we raised $1.7 billion. They raised $2.6 billion. They have the unions with, checkoffs, which is always tough, $10 a month times millions and millions of people. And then we won, and we won by a lot. And they wanted to go out. And
Hey, there's a lot of winning these days, doesn't he, folks?
Still haven't raised it. They're trying to raise $28 million. They cannot raise 10 cents. It's good to win, I will tell you.
Oh, man, it's good to win. Oh, it sucks to suck, too, doesn't it? What about all those cheesy items he sold last year? The Trump watch and the Bible and the fucking coin and the fake Trump University. I mean, come on. What a fucking joke. I wish they would slap this silhouette of him on a fucking penny.
It's really good to win, but they can't raise money. But I told my people the morning after. Now, normally, because we have so many donors here and so many people that I love and respect, a lot of great friends of mine, but I told my people, Meredith and Susie, by the way, how good is Susie? The Ice Maiden. Where is the Ice Maiden?
The Ice
She
Maiden.
is so great. She is so good. Stand.
Dude, so it seems like he's having trouble, like, fully opening his mouth. He's like, it's like, can you not enunciate like you used to? As well? It seems like he's like, something's up with him.
Up, Susie. The Ice Maiden, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. It sounds like something's fucked with him. Why is he talking like that?
Wow, look at that. Most powerful
Yo, Trump's getting old.
woman in the world, they say. Most powerful woman in the world. She's made of ice.
What the hell? They think it's Mr. Freeze, Mrs. Freeze looking ass.
She's great. No, when I came to Florida, Florida was a Democrat state. Had a
Does it sound like he's talking different to y'all? Or am I tripping?
Democrat governor. They had one Democrat senator. It was largely a Democrat state. And through various reasons, I ended up with Susie running the campaign, and she was unbelievable. We won it in a landslide. And then the second time, we won it in an even bigger landslide. And when it came time to choosing somebody to run the campaign, the whole campaign, I said, what about Susie from Florida? She never lost. Susie? I won every primary. I won every. I didn't lose anything. And it was a Democrat state. And it was a landslide both times.
Landslide. Something's fucked up with him, bro.
And
the way he's holding onto the stage with that one arm, too. How long has he been like that? He has been like that for just over a minute, about a minute, 5 seconds.
All of the Republican stuff was almost like
Is he locked up right there with his left hand?
It was amazing. I said, what about Susie? Well, sir, you know, a woman has never been in this position before. I said, really? Oh, by the way, we have Kellyanne Conway. She didn't do too badly either, right? She did a great job, 2016. And when it came time to chief of staff, do you know that there has never been a woman chief of staff? But there is now. There is now, right?
Oh,
I didn't know
hold up.
that. I'm so surprised. I'm very surprised. But it came time to running the campaign, and I said, well, I've never had a loss with Susie. She comes from great stock, you know. Pat Summerall is her father. Pat Summerall was a football player, great football player, but a really great announcer, really the voice of the NFL for 27 years or something. He was great. And a leader. He worked with John Madden, and he was able to get John Madden to do things that nobody else could do. They'd call him, they'd say, Pat, John is really difficult. Now, you know, John was a difficult guy, but he got big ratings and he was good. And Pat would go up, come on, John, let's get this done. Come on. I know you don't like the heads of the company. They're paying you a lot of money. Come on, John, let's get it done. And he'd go and do it. And this went on for, 27 years, right? But he was a leader, her father. And, you know, this is somebody that has the gene. I'll tell you, she's great. And she's done a fantastic job. So she was so good with the campaign. I said, let's let her do the campaign. And it was flawless. And again, I said before, we had her win a lot of votes because it's crooked as hell. And I hope you can go to voter ID and same-day voting and paper ballots and all of those things, because ultimately we'll never lose a race if you do that. I'm telling you.
Something sounds fucked up with him, especially in the very middle.
You never.
I'm going to link this one in the chat as well. It's probably not that hard to find. But son, one more for y'all. Let me put it in. Give me a second. I'm going to put it in the video details of the live stream. And I'm going to put it in the Rumble and Kick chat. Y'all let me know. I don't know if that's against Kick guidelines. Whoopsie if it is. I don't even know how Kick works if I don't have anyone viewing my shit. If I'm just chatting to no one over here, it seems like, but whatever. We'll see if maybe it'll help the algo since someone's in the chat, even though it's me. Let me see. See if I can just copy paste that shit. Let's see. So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about everything we discussed tonight. We started off with kind of the stocks and the AI. We watched that really good video. That's in the comments and the description of the YouTube live stream. Let me get rid of that. Yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think of the AI stuff. You know, like I was saying, we watched that really good video of that. Uh, it's in the comments and the live stream description. And y'all let me know what y'all think about like just all the questions I posed earlier. Like, do you think we're gonna have a problem with like a Chinese owned company, especially one that's like AI being used in the U.S. where they can harvest our data and really find out a lot more about us, how we do like a lot of stuff. Like AI would be a lot more concerning to me than TikTok, even though I can see the national security concern for TikTok. And then, do y'all think China's now going to have the edge on us in AI? Does this concern you that, damn, they're like right neck and neck with us in the race? Or do you think now that Trump's in, he's going to secure NVIDIA and not let them sell? How do you think that's going to play out? There's all these things that come into play. I really like that guy. He had a really good breakdown of it. And if you're a money man and into stocks and that kind of stuff, I would say now is the time to buy. NVIDIA, AMD, and a couple other stocks that are real big tech stuff. Now would be the time to buy if you're into that kind of thing. And what do you think about the S&P falling, but the Dow Jones overall just kind of staying steady? That's just kind of interesting to me as kind of like just someone who considers himself somewhat of like a historian and just like someone who likes to keep track of this kind of stuff, even if I'm not like super financial guy. I'm more like into the history of it and like, yeah, just more or less like how humans evolve, like events and history and that sort of thing. Kind of the vibe of the channel if you end up watching for a while. But yeah, that interests me. And then kind of the secondary topic was kind of more of just hating on the Chiefs and Taylor Swift and that sort of thing. But y'all let me know, are y'all tired of the Chiefs? Get in the comments or the chat. Probably the comments now because I'm about to end off the stream. But get in the comments and let me know if you make it this far. Who is your team? And are you tired of the Chiefs? I'm sure you are. Most people are. Uh, and what else? And then we ended off with the Trump video, some classic moments from him. And then like towards the end, it definitely seemed like he couldn't like open his mouth well and pronounce things well. So y'all let me know what y'all thought of that. That was really weird. Wasn't expecting that. Funny Trump video. And then yeah, I guess that's it for today's stream. I think tomorrow I have some like maybe red pill stuff. And then if you're kind of up on DJ Academics and you follow him, he's going through some hard times right now. He put himself in a bad place, doing some kind of weirdo shit. So we might talk about that. We might talk about some red pill content, and we'll see if I decide to go live tomorrow. But we'll see. And then maybe Wednesday and Thursday we will go live with some more kind of sophisticated stuff and maybe some end times prophecies and kind of how that relates to Israel, how that relates to the United States, and more or less the end time prophecies talk about the Antichrist and the spirit of the Antichrist. So maybe that's a topic we'll get into. I have one of my friends that has been sending me a lot of videos that are really relevant to that topic, and it's relevant to the times for sure. Some of the debauchery I might talk about with the red pill stuff, and academics would definitely just heap on the pile of evidence that already shows that. But anyway, maybe that maybe Tuesday we'll do the academics one. If not, maybe Wednesday, and then depending on that, the either Wednesday or Thursday I will do something a little bit more kind of about the end times and something more in that realm. So y'all let me got my tongue tied. Y'all let me know what y'all thought of the stream. As always, I appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, hate, criticize. Let me know what y'all thought of the stream. And y'all let me know what y'all thought of that little NFL song I played at the beginning. Hopefully doesn't give me copyright. And yeah, I appreciate y'all as always. And until next time, I'm LG from Weather Smoke. I'll see y'all in a day or two. I'm out.